Welcome back, everybody, to ESA Summer 21. We are here raising money for Save the Children. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We'd also like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now, get ready. It's time for Xoneris, and he's going to be running Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Xoneris, take it away.
Thank you very much, Nordic. Good morning, everybody here from Europe. I got my little fruit juice here, so I hope you guys in chat stay hydrated. Yeah, it's your boy Xoneris. I'm here bringing you Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Joining me today in commentary are my two very good friends. Oh, right. Yeah, both of them sadly didn't have time. Right. I forgot about that. Okay, I guess it's just me. Yeah. I will be bringing you Uncharted. It's a very cool game. And yeah, I heard we should be going right into it because people kind of need that, want that. So yeah, I give you... Yeah, Nordic, if you could give me the skin thing, because we all need to select that in just a moment here.
Alrighty, let me get one more refresh in. And it looks like with a grand total of $141, we're going to be seeing Donut Drake today.
Yep. As always. So, thank you everybody for choosing Donut Drake. You will see the full glory of Donut Drake in just a second. So, timer starts in 3, 2, 1! And good luck to myself. So, this is Donut Drake here. And this is Uncharted. So, Uncharted, if you didn't know, by the way, is the first game, or Uncharted Drake's Fortune is the first game in the Uncharted series. I always like to describe this game as kind of a little bit of a black sheep, because in terms of casually speedrunning, in terms of casual, this game has aged kind of poorly, to be honest. I wouldn't really recommend playing this game casually anymore. But for a speedrun, this game is amazing. This game has so many glitches that, like, there are glitches in this game that, like, obsolete other glitches. And that has happened multiple times. So it's kind of cool. I always like to make this analogy that the better the games become as a casual game, the worse the speedruns become. And therefore, Uncharted 4 is an absolutely amazing game. Love that game to death. But speedrunning it is not very cool. It's like a 4-hour run or even longer, and it has like a grand total of like 3 skips or so. It's not the best, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, so this is the first chapter. This game is divided into 22 chapters. The first chapter, unfortunately, is a little bit boring. Nothing all too fantastic happens here. We're on this boat, and some guys here try to board it. There's not much in terms of glitches we can do that actually progress the story forward. Maybe I can get this funny little glitcher while I wait. Here, for example, is an old obsolete glitch that we don't really use anymore. At least. So yeah, you can see that you can slightly clip into things when you're in cover. It's a little bit finicky, but yeah. Now we just gotta wait here for a good old pal, buddy, friend, Victor Sullivan. Which is, by the way, a skin that you guys could have donated for, but you choose Donut Drake, so unfortunate. Alright, Chapter 2. So Chapter 2 is where all the fun begins in a moment. Also, this game has some great voice acting, so let's listen to this real quick.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yeah, you weren't too old for that little barmaid in Lima, were you?
Well, that was different. Although I must admit, equally as strenuous.
Well, hang in there, old-timer. We're just about there.
Alright, so quickly about some minor techniques here. So in this game, there are two different, like, movement states you're in. Either you are in, like, quote-unquote exploration mode, where Nathan Drake, our protagonist, does, like, a slow, casual jog. And when you're in combat, you have the so-called combat speed, where he actually starts running, because, you know, his life is in danger. So during the casual jogging section, it is actually faster to just continuously jump like this. So coming up is the first little skip. And if I don't tell you it's a skip, you probably don't even notice, because we like precisely roll onto this root of the tree and we can instantly jump up here. Normally, you're not supposed to jump up here directly. You're supposed to climb all the way around here just to push this thing down. But because you're on top of this little like root, you are just high enough elevation that the game thinks, like the game believes that you're way higher up than you should be and allows you to actually jump up there. If you're not standing like perfectly on that root, like nothing happens. He just like does some jumping jacks. Alright, then just in a second we are going to start to see the quote-unquote major glitch of this run, like the bread and butter glitch of this run. And before I explain everything, I'll just like to quickly show it to you. So you stand at this wall, you pull out your gun and you like do some stuff and oh hey, look at that! We just glitched through the wall! What is this magic? I hope you didn't miss it. If you did miss it, hey, let's just do it again. So we have this wall, so we mash the aim button. We glitch through the wall and we just fall down. Oh man, what is this? This seems kind of broken. What's happening here? Oh look, here's another wall gate thing. If you missed it again, here, let me show. Oh wow, okay, we're already through. Wow, what is this? Wow. Okay, maybe so quickly to explain this. Yeah, like I mentioned, this is the bread and butter glitch of this run. It's a wall clipping. And what you do in this game is you just lean parallel towards any wall and you spam the button that like lets you aim, this button here. And if you rapidly push that button and try to walk into the door, you will slowly but surely go through walls or doors or everything that has like collision like that. We don't really exactly know why it works, but the theory that is going around is that whenever you aim, that the hitbox of Nathan Drake becomes just a tiny little bit smaller, and because you're doing that in rapid succession, the game is like needs to do like calculations like all the time, and it just, you know, if you know a little bit about programming games and collision, what games generally like to do is like push you out. But if you do it so fast, it kind of just sort of lets you go through it or something. Yeah, yeah, that's like the theory. We don't know really if it's really that way, but you know, it's our best guess. And I just glitched through a wall and fell into the abyss. That is not good. That's not what we're trying to do here. That can happen sometimes. Sometimes the devs, when you glitch through something, turns out there's no actual floor where you can stand on. Man, lazy developers. Feels bad, man. Alright, and yeah. As you've seen, we're in the second chapter here, and I really like this because the second chapter is basically just a very long hallway of gates and stuff, where you normally need to do puzzles and climb around. But hey, we have this very cool glitch, so that's very nice. And a very, very neat thing about this glitch that lets us go through walls, that also includes invisible walls, like here, for example. There's an invisible wall right to the left of me here, and let's see, that is okay, there we go. Very cool. Now we walk at the start of the submarine, and that there is a checkpoint there, and we can instantly go inside here. Normally you would need to walk all the way around, like climb all the way, and yeah. So this entire section in the submarine is just me walking around, having some dialogue and some cutscenes. So Nordic Soy, my friend, if you have some donations or other reads you'd like to do, that's a good moment.
Alrighty, I do indeed. I've got a $5 donation coming in from Champ of the Couch. It says, really loving the dancing green bear. I don't really know what Kaspersky is, but that bear is poggers. Well, thank you so much for the $5. And, you know, with that $5, that can provide education supplies for one child, giving him or her the tools that they need to continue their education. That donation and many others, that we've raised so far, we've got what, $41,344 raised for Save the Children. I mean, that's an astonishing amount in its own right. And that kind of money is going to provide a lot of help to a lot of children around the world. So thank you all for your generosity. Keep those donations coming in, and we will keep providing you with some amazing speedrunning content.
Awesome. Kaspersky, by the way, is a software company that makes an antivirus program, if I remember correctly. For that donation asking.
And if I recall correctly, the bear's name is actually Kuma, which means bear in Japanese.
Is it not Midoriya or something? Or Kuma I don't know. The emote in chat is called like Midoriya-chan?
Midoriya-jam, yeah.
I thought like that's... Yeah, maybe his full name is like Midoriya Kuma or something. It would kind of make sense. Alright, so we accidentally activate this like torpedo. And that is kind of bad news if you couldn't guess. And we're just trying to escape here. And yeah. So yeah, that's the submarine section. Now we get into some action again. So, yeah, this game has a story. You don't get to see much of it because I skip pretty much all the cutscenes that are skippable. Whoops. There we go. And yeah, so we're in Chapter 3 now. Chapter 3 is kind of cool because Chapter 3 is basically Chapter 2 in reverse. And as always, I'm stuck at this particular wall clip here. Sir, if you could let me go through this wall, this would be most marvelous, sir. I don't know why I'm always having trouble clipping at this particular invisible wall here. It's so annoying. The problem is it doesn't even save that much time. Okay, maybe not. Okay, then okay. I guess we'll do it the normal way. So yeah, like I said, we're basically doing Chapter 2 in reverse now. The difference is that there are actually a lot of people now here. By the way, we would have ended up here. Shoot to kill. So, like I mentioned, there's a lot of goons here right now. And I think this is probably a good moment to quickly talk about the difficulty mode of this game. So, to all of you who know the Uncharted series, this game, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, originally came out on the PlayStation 3, but I'm playing it on the Nathan Drake collection, which remastered the first 3 Uncharted games for PS4, and they added a few new things to that. One thing they added is a new difficulty called the Explorer difficulty, and that's what I'm playing on right now. The Explorer difficulty is 1 difficulty below easy, and I personally imagine it like this is the difficulty mode for people who never played a video game in their life. So if for whatever reason you'd like to, I don't know, let your grandparents play this game, yeah, Explorer difficulty is the difficulty for them. And what happens in this difficulty is that it's like really hard for you to actually die. And you kill enemies really fast. And the game is even so like gracious, it basically gives you an auto aim. So whenever you see me aim at something and you're wondering why I'm like instantly on their head or like their body, yeah, it's not because I'm an absolute god gamer. That is also true though. But it's actually just just the auto aiming. And that is very helpful actually.
Stay with me.
And yeah, just some more enemies here. We're almost done with this chapter here. So this enemy, and here's a little trick that is, I think I got it. Oh, maybe not.
Strangers trying to kill me. Leave my
I guess we'll see in a second. Oh, I did. Let's go. Okay, so I got... If I didn't explain this, you probably wouldn't even notice it, but I just got a little trick that if you notice, like, Nathan Drake is in his combat speed. But I am not in combat anymore, so what's up with that? I literally just started a new chapter. Why am I in combat speed? And we found out if you end the last chapter in a very particular way, you just preserve your combat speed from the last chapter. That is very cool. And the chapter 4 is pretty cool. So you right at the start, you saw me glitch through a gate, like the wall there, or a gate. And now okay, I jumped slightly off there. Let's try that again. So you saw me glitch through the gate there, or next to the gate, the wall. You know what I mean. And wow, can I do this jump, please? Oh my god. And yeah, because of that, what you're normally supposed to do there is you're supposed to shoot open a lock, but I never like opened that lock. And because I never like shot the lock, the game still thinks that I'm at the very start of the chapter. And that is very cool. Or rather, I'd say there's a good side and there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is that because the game thinks that I'm still at the very start of the chapter, it will not spawn any enemies whatsoever. Which is very useful because I think at this point I would have needed to fight at least like 10 guys by now. And here is like another arena. You can like clearly see it by the level design here. This is meant to be another arena where you shoot a bunch of guys. But hey, they never spawn because the game thinks I'm still at the start. That's very cool. That's very, very handy. So, but what's the bad news, Zon? You said there's some bad news. Yeah, the bad news is that if I happen to die at some point, I will restart at the start of the chapter because, and say it with me, folks, because the game still thinks that I'm at the start of the chapter. And so there's only one section where I can actually die. And let's hope that that doesn't happen. And hopefully I just didn't jinx myself here. Because that would lose me like 4 minutes. That would be very bad. But yeah, that's very cool. So here again, this would be another arena where you fight like 20 guys. So that's very nice. And yeah, here is the climbing section that I mentioned. The objective here is to not fall into the water. Falling into water would be game over. Or rather, 4-minute time loss. So I'll quickly concentrate here and shut up for a second. Okay, so far so good. Yepers. Okay. Okay, there we go. Whew, we did it. So, in the middle of this bridge, there is a quote-unquote hard-coded checkpoint here. And now the game has caught up to me and it knows where I am again. So, if I happen to die at any point again, we just restart right here. So, that is very cool. Thanks, developers, for making this hard-coded checkpoint. Very nice. Very cool. So we blow up this guy or this truck, so we can use it as like a makeshift bridge here real quick. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Well, that guy's gonna have a bad day. Rip, see you later, buddy. Alright, let's continue. So, coming up next is 2 guys up there. We'll ignore them because we're playing on Explorer difficulty. And that is very cool. If you play this game in any difficulty higher than Explorer, there's a reasonable chance you die here to these 2 guys alone, which is kind of bad. Not good. But hey. Explorer difficulty. Yay! So, coming up is a new glitch that I will be showing to you. I think it's only used once in the run, but it's... well, technically twice, but yeah, we'll get to there. So, we're about to jump into a big arena with, like, some enemies. And there's this inconspicuous, like, explosive barrel. And what I will be doing is I will be leaning against it, and I will be jumping over it. And, yeah, some magic happens if I do that. And maybe, hopefully, they don't blow it up. Okay, thank you very much, and see you later, guys. So, whenever you, like, take cover behind an object like that, and, hello? Like that, and you jump over the object, my personal guess is that the collision of the character model is, like, not really existent anymore while you are in your jumping animation, and you can just jump out of bounds like that, which is also very cool. Now, the problem is, as I mentioned, it's an explosive barrel. So if all of the, I think it's like 7 or so bad guys in this arena, if they happen to shoot it, it will blow up. And that's bad. But also, the deaths are super based and super cool. And a little bit further in the arena, there's like a wooden crate where you can basically do the same kind of glitch. It's like a backup. And fortunately for us, they cannot blow up the wooden crate. But it still loses a little bit of time if you don't get it like... Oh, wow. Okay. If you don't get it first try. So, yeah. That's very, very cool. Unfortunately, we won't get to see that glitch again, really. So, guys, hey. If you didn't know already, Nathan Drake here, our donut-loving friend, is also a magician. So, because he can make an entire castle appear out of nowhere in about 3, 2, 1, and go. Hoggers! What an absolute mad lad. Just like that. Okay, that... So right at this spot here is a very infamous glitch called the Vine Launch. And I'm not doing it because for 1 second I'm actually not a god gamer here. I hate this trick with a passion. So I'll just take this casually here. We're doing some climbing and stuff. But basically, if you would have done the Vine Launch, you would just end up at the top of this like castle thing immediately instead of like needing to walk or like climb all the way around it. Which is kind of nice. It like saves like 30 seconds or so maybe. It's like 10 times easier in the PlayStation 4 version. But yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, we would have ended up around here-ish if we did the Vine Launch correctly. It would have flung us right into space, and we would have landed here. Also, we're skipping a bunch of enemies here, if you couldn't tell by the level, by the arena. So then there's this guy here, and aiming... Hello, if I could aim, that'd be great! Oh my god, I... Yeah, just wanted to show you guys how it looks when you actually mess up. Oh my god, There we go. Jesus. Okay, here we go. So, there's this guy, and he's on a minigun, and as you saw, minigun is kind of deadly. So, yeah, you just blow up the explosive barrel that is very, very conveniently placed right next to him, and, yeah. So, we skip some more enemies here by cleverly clipping through some walls and stuff. And okay, so coming up is something kind of dumb. I'm not so you see this like gate here. So, you know, we clip through it, you know, so far, okay, nothing unusual. But now we clip backwards and now we raise the gate. So you might think, okay, what exactly was the point of that? Why did you go through it and back again and then you open it anyway? Honestly, I'm not exactly sure, but that's just kind of the way you need to do it. I just remember doing this like that since the beginning of time. I just like learned that is the correct way. So if you didn't know, by the way, this is one of the first speed games that I ever learned, and I don't want to boast about it, but I'm actually kind of an OG of this game because I used to run the PlayStation 3 version of this. And all the cool people that speedrun this game today, like I've been speedrunning this game for like 6 years, 7 years, something like that. And yeah, I've seen this game evolve over time. And it's very, very cool. And there are some tricks in this game. I honestly don't remember exactly why you need to do them. It's just like ingrained in my brain that you just have to do it like that. And yeah, just like that. Now we're in Chapter 6 here. So Chapter 6 is a very unique level. If we really wanted to, or if I really wanted to, I could go to the end of this chapter like right away. But unfortunately for us, the level end trigger is not there yet. So we could go to the end of the level, but unfortunately nothing really would happen, and that is not so very cool. what we do instead is we have to follow certain like checkpoints of this game in a row, and because of that we can only sort of skip half of this chapter. And we start out by quickly glitching into this wall here, going up this wall, and now we're in this like hallway. So this hallway is like the big thing, and I just realized I don't have the AK, so this might be a little bit monka. I'm supposed to have an additional gun here. Okay, maybe. Okay, looks good. Okay, we're fine, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, quickly wait here to regen some life. Okay, we're good. Whew! 1 ammo, by the way. So yeah, we have to follow this hallway, and like, because like I mentioned, you have to activate checkpoints in like a certain order, otherwise the level end trigger is not there. And yeah, that's what we're doing. I mean, if you're wondering, by the way, why I keep shooting when I run up or down like stairs like that, it's because whenever you're shooting, it like Nathan Drake has a specific like going up or down stairs animation, and that animation is like super slow. But fortunately for us, when you like shoot your gun, it like overrides the animation of him like going up or down stairs or like any ledge in general, and we just use that because it's faster, just like that. You can also use that with like a gun that has no ammo, which is very nice. And yes, so this jump here is a little bit notorious. If you don't jump correctly like this, you fall down and it's pretty sad. Let's try again. Maybe 3rd time's the charm. There we go. Thank you very much, kind sir. That jump there is a little bit more finicky than it looks. There are some other strats that are like more safe, but honestly, I don't really know. Can you just almost thought for a second that I fall down there. All right, and yeah, we're almost at the end of the level here. And coming up next is something kind of interesting. So, yeah, like I mentioned, you could go here right at the start, but then this cutscene would not play, which is not very helpful for the speedrun. So yeah, we can't quite skip this cutscene here. As you can see by the skin, this is like an in-game cutscene and not like a pre-rendered cutscene, unlike this one. So, there are these 2 guys, you shoot one of them and the other guy blows like this balcony up, and yeah, we go to the next chapter. So, this next chapter, chapter 7, is a long auto-scroller, and I will be handing it over to my good buddy Nordic Soy in just a moment here. But before we do that, yeah, as I mentioned at the start, there were like 1 or 2 people that were supposed to like comment my run here. But yeah, they couldn't make it. So in honor of my friend Hachti, I let him finish this auto-scroller for me. And yeah, Nordic, go ahead.
All right. Well, we've got a couple donations that have come in. We've got $5 from Skellophile. It says $5 donation for Prancing Drake and Dancing Green Bear. Loving the run. Thanks for explaining, Green Bear. Well, you're welcome, Skella. We've also got a $50 donation from Lean Nerd 69. Lean Nerd asks, which one is heavier, Metroid's suit or Zelda's sword? Well, thank you both for those amazing donations. And just to remind everybody what we're here to do, we're here to raise money for Save the Children. Save the Children was the first global organization that is devoted solely to serving children's needs and securing their rights. They're often the first or only child-focused organization that works in the hardest-to-reach places where it's toughest to be a child. As a result, Save the Children's teams have been proactive in the preparedness for pandemic threats. They work with youth, their families, and their communities to make sure that young people's health needs get met. You can help give children a future by donating during this event. And if you need something further to donate for, we've opened up a whole bunch of new incentives that are coming up here later in the marathon. We've got bonus games like Dark Souls 3. We've got another bonus game, Super Mario Maker 2 Blindfolded. We've got some really cool things like the drum cover of Super Mario 64. You can make Argic dress up as Sonic, and if you haven't seen that, it's absolutely amazing. You really, really need to donate for that one. But yeah, we've got a bunch of cool incentives. If you head on over to the donation page, if you go to donate.esamarathon.com, and you can see all of the different incentives that you can donate towards. You can also get in on our amazing prizes. We've got a PS5. We've got a couple monitors sponsored by ViewSonic. And we've got a cool perler. And we've got a really, really cool customized Switch Pro controller. So go on over, check it out, get to that donate page, keep those donations coming in. You know, every dollar raised is another dollar for Save the Children.
Awesome, thank you very much, Nordic. And yeah, Hachti, good friend, thank you very much for taking over the controller for a second there. Appreciate that. So, yeah. So if you don't know what just happened here, it is once again the difficulty level of this game, the Explorer difficulty. Turns out, if you just every now and then kill like 1 or 2 guys, you can just like throw your controller out of the window, and for most of this auto scroller, you're perfectly fine by yourself. So that's very cool, very, very good.
I can't believe that worked.
That's very, very cool. So, but yeah, let's get back into the game. And again, shout out to my good pal, buddy, and friend Hachti, who unfortunately couldn't make it. As for commentary, he was actually so close. Like he even like asked his work if he could like take like half a day off in like the morning or so, that like he can come here to help me out. But unfortunately, somebody else like got sick and he had to cover for the sick person or something like that. So, oh, hold on, this is bad. I was not supposed to go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Yeah, in good old fashion, we just skip most of the fights as usual. And coming up is a kind of annoying section. This is the first of technically 3 jet ski sections. And yeah, so if you ever played this game, you might remember the absolutely abysmally awful controls of the jet ski section here. And yeah, these things controlled very bad. Also, one thing that is kind of not so good in okay, please no Diarino. Wow, okay, that was super unlucky. Wow, okay, that normally doesn't happen. That's super unlucky. But yeah, that gives me more time to explain. So, because of the Explorer difficulty, and if you remember what I said earlier, you have this sort of auto-aim, and actually, for once, here in this level, this auto-aim is, like, going against you, because Elena, behind you, is, like, aiming at, like, enemies, like, far off, when in reality, you're actually trying to aim at the explosive barrels. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but at some point, you live to deal with it. Yep, Yeppersons. So quick restart here to preserve our speed. And coming up is a cool little trick here. Wait, I messed it up. That was the wrong button. So what we're trying to do here is... So I shot the grenade launcher once and like got off at the same time. And because I shot the grenade launcher there, I alerted enemies in the area. And because the enemies are alerted, I am in my combat speed again. So I have my full walking or running speed again. And by the way, just real quick, by glitching into this wall right there, we basically just skipped an entire chapter. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there you just saw one of the other features Naughty Dog, or Bluepoint, I guess, implemented in this remaster collection is the photo mode. And by today's standards, the photo mode is not like something really new. Like most games have like a photo mode by now.
Here we go.
Yeah. But the photo mode in this game actually gets some speedrunning use because you can artificially pause the game and let it load around, which is very cool. Because, for example, if I wouldn't have like activated the photo mode right there, I would have fallen into the abyss, which is not great. But yeah, good thing we have that. So here's a little bit of a Monka section. We're now on this outer balcony section, and because I skipped an entire chapter just earlier ago, if I were to fall down here at any point, the game would soft lock, because the game doesn't really know anymore where I am, and yeah, it would be bad. But now it's all fine again. Now we're in chapter 11. Chapter 11 is sorta not so. We have to quickly wait for this minigun guy to like reload, because he's the only guy who can actually kill us. And then we just peace out and see you later, everybody. Yeah, if you couldn't tell by now, we generally don't like to fight people in this game. We're more of a... I mean, we killed some people, but like we're trying our best here to be like as pacifistic as possible. We don't like to kill people. But sometimes we have to, for the greater good. In the name of speed, we have to. Alright, so... we got through most of this part, and because we skipped like the chapter earlier, I said, we skipped one of the 3 jet ski sections, so there's only 1 jet ski section remaining. And that one is coming up in just a second. There's just a few more guys I quickly need to kill here. And this time I actually need to kill them, because you cannot hop onto the jet ski if like people are still, like if enemies are still alive around here. So there we go. My sick like Call of Duty skills here. Keck. And yeah, now we're on the last jet ski section. This is also sort of the longest. And yeah. I'll let Nordic take over in a moment, but hey chat, one thing. So please pay close attention here to the section, and feel free to point out if you notice something that seems like a glitch, and I'll explain after Nordic can read out some stuff for us. So go ahead, buddy.
Alrighty, well, it looks like we've got $10 in from The Heretic. It says, "Ain't no party like a dark sassy party." And of course, that's going towards the Dark Sassy bonus game. So thank you so much for that donation. And just as a reminder, that and a bunch of other bonus incentives are available out there. One of my favorite looking ones is going to be randomized heads for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic any percent. If we can raise $1,000, it's just going to make it a little bit crazier by basically randomizing all the heads in the game. We've also got Job Simulator coming up a little bit later on, that if we can raise $1,000 for that, we will enable the Bouncy Job mod. And that's going to allow Pathetic to showcase one of the jobs while having the Bouncy Job mod enabled, which I don't know if you've seen this before, but it basically makes every surface bouncy. So it makes the game nigh impossible. But yeah, check that out and other incentives over at the donation page. And keep those donations coming in.
Awesome. Thanks, Nordic. And yeah. So, okay, please no diarrhea. That would be kind of bad now. So I hope some people have figured it out or noticed it. So Elena, our female companion on the back of the jet ski, has a gun that seemingly has infinite ammo. And I promise you, this is not a glitch. I didn't do anything to like make this happen. That is just a thing that happens, that is there. Now, if you play this game casually, you normally wouldn't just like constantly be driving and just like firing. Like I think what the developers like initially intended to happen here is you cannot aim and drive at the same time, even though like technically 2 different people are doing those things, but that's beside the point. Gameplay wise, you cannot aim and like aim and drive at the same time. So I think the developer intended thing here is that you slow down, you aim, then you shoot the barrel, and then you drive again, and when the next barrel comes around, like you slow down, you aim, shoot, and so on. But it turns out if you like continuously drive upwards with the jet ski and keep firing, then yeah, you just saw what happens then. And I promise that's not a glitch. That, I guess technically, if you do this, if this run glitchless, this would be allowed, because like you don't actively do something to like make that glitch, that infinite ammo thing happen. It's just like, it's just there, which is yeah, speaks to how cool this game is. Kek W. All right, the small little jump here to skip some enemies, and yeah. So let me explain something here real quick. I don't know where the timer is, but we just entered chapter 13. And this game has 22. So we're still quite a ways away from the end. But the timer probably already has surpassed the half-time mark. And now you're wondering, okay, how do you finish all of these remaining chapters in, like, the time? Like, so far, it seems a bit ridiculous. And, yeah, so... Okay, good. 1 second. Poggy Woggies. So it turns out that chapter 13 to 20 are all in the general same vicinity. And yeah, you saw that we're already in chapter 15 now. And yeah, it turns out when all the areas are in the same location and you have this very cool glitch that allows you to clip through walls, that yeah, that you can skip quite a lot of them, huh? That's cool. So here's here would be a glitch called puzzle skip, which is this puzzle here. There's a way to skip this puzzle, but I'm really rusty on this trick, and it's also one of the harder tricks of this game. I generally don't like doing it. So yeah, I generally just quickly do this puzzle. It doesn't really save that much time. Whoops. Oh wait, are we okay? For a second there, I thought I messed up the puzzle. This is also one of these things. I speedran this game so many times that I actually don't really remember the solution to this puzzle. I just have it in my muscle memory at this point. So if I ever mess up the puzzle, I'm like, how does this puzzle work again? But yeah, already chapter 16 now. So very cool. And yeah, like I said, we will be starting to skip a lot of chapters in quick succession here. Chapter 16 is one of the more longer ones, but after we're done with this chapter, the remaining chapters will literally just fly by. So hold on to your horses, chat, and everybody else watching. This will be, after this chapter, things will go supersonic mode here. So coming up is another glitch that you only get to see one single time, and it's technically, it's like, yeah, here, let's just show. It's a double jump. So whenever you jump over a cover like that, and you're in mid-air, and you spam the jump button, you can do like a jump mid-air for some reason, and yeah, that's cool. So here's the only unskippable cutscene in this game, so let's enjoy this quality voice acting here.
Kill them both.
Remember to stay hydrated, everybody. So yeah, that's a guy from the story or something. So here is a fight that I cannot skip. So here's my Call of Duty Halo MLG skills real quick. There we go. So there's one guy coming out here any second now. Oh, I don't have ammo. That's not good. Ammo, please. There we go. So there's one more guy up here, and there we go.
Love of God.
So, yeah, if you try to jump over here, if not everybody's dead, Elena, our companion, will just randomly die, and that is not good. It would be game over, sort of. So we quickly lower this ladder here for Elena so that she can like follow us around. And yeah, so almost done with this chapter here. We just have to walk around a little bit while we get shot from like literally all sides, and we will tank all the hits like an absolute champ. We'll just ignore all of them. And almost. Oh, I meant to roll there, but whatever. Minor time save. Okay, so you guys donated for this skin, so please listen to this. This is kind of ironic.
Oh, you're heavier than you look. Can you reach it?
You are heavier than you look. Feels bad, man. There's also a good dialogue right here.
Looks like an old hoist or something. There's a rope. I'll try to lower it down to you.
I really like the word hoist. No particular reason, just like it. So you jump into that hole and you die. And then we start this like arena fight. And this arena fight is technically not an auto-scroller, but you have to kill everything in this arena. Yeah, this goes on for a moment. So Nordic, if you have any last reads, this is probably your last chance right here.
Well, I've got just the thing. It's a $10 donation from the Heretic. And the Heretic says, Donut Nathan? Nathan Bake. Nathan clipping through walls? Nathan Shake. Doing great, Xoneris. Thank you very much for that $10. Now, something else that I'd like to bring up is, you know, if you like what you're seeing here at ESA, maybe you want to help support this in future marathons, you can do so by subscribing to the channel right here on Twitch. Now, subscribing is going to give you an ad-free experience, and it's going to give you a bunch of awesome emotes. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you've also got Twitch Prime. And with Twitch Prime, you get a free sub every single month. So, if you've got your Prime sub just sitting there unused, why not use it to sub to ESA? It'll help us out, it'll give you some cool emotes, and it'll let you watch the rest of the marathon without a single ad. Back
Do
to
it,
you, Xoneris.
chat. Thanks. Do it, chat. Any Twitch primers in chat here? Here, I'll incentivize you. I'll show you the spin to win. So when you fire and just walk in circles, like this happens. It kind of looks funny. There we go. So. So yeah. Elena so far has been an integral part of our speedrun. Not really, but yeah. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to her now because we are being chased by these like zombie mutant guys, and Elena thinks it's totally okay to like have her casual jog there. You see, she's already like, oh my god, like, see you later, Elena. It was a pleasure knowing you, but yeah, Ripperinos in pepperon. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. Somehow she survived. Okay, boys and girls and everybody else in chat. So this is the biggest skip in the game. So we just entered chapter 18 and now we glitch through this gate and we try to jump onto this ladder like this and let the magic happen. Remember, we just started, literally just started chapter 18. Whoa. And just like that, we're in chapter 20 now. It's very, very cool. So chapter 18 and 19, the entire level is basically just a circle. And the end of chapter 19 is right at the start of 18, just behind that like metal fence. And obviously the developers didn't intend you to have like a glitch that lets you like go through walls and gates and that. But hey, we figured out exactly that glitch, and if you just jump to that ladder and like grab it, you just, you know, you just finish chapter 19 like that and just skip 2 chapters by doing that. So again, big shoutouts to Naughty Dog for like making chapter 19 like that. That is very, very helpful for the speedrun. Like, I'm like serious. Like, thanks, devs. You really don't understand how much, as a speedrunner, it's appreciated that sometimes you have your level ending triggers there, even though you're like even somewhere completely different. So yeah, here's a hole in the ground, like here. And chapter 21. So we're getting really close now to the game, at the end of the game here. So chapter 21 is an absolute joke of a chapter. It's like, even casually, it's the shortest chapter ever. Like, I'm not using a single glitch in this entire chapter, and it will be over in like 30 seconds from now. So here is like the big revelation and plot twist and all of that, but because we skipped everything so far, I am not even gonna bother explaining this to you. I personally recommend you all to play the Uncharted games yourself, because except for the first game, all of them are absolutely amazing. I love Uncharted 2, 3, and 4 to death. All of them are amazing games. And yeah, like I mentioned, not a single glitch, and this is the final chapter now. Final chapter showdown. So now we're on this big cargo boat, and this entire chapter is only like are basically 3 super long arena fights with like sort of a boss fight at the end. But yeah, we can just like clip through or glitch through like these containers and go directly towards the end. But before we go to the end, I quickly like to show off something that is not part of the run, but this is just too good to not show off. So if I glitch through right here, and maybe you see it, so there's this AK here floating just in space. And the best part about it, it even has collision. Just like that. How great is that, everybody? There's just this AK here, floating in nowhere, and you can just casually cling towards it. Like, if somebody can explain me why this thing is here, I would very much appreciate it, because I have no idea why this thing is here. Alright, let's quickly jump inbounds again and actually finish the run here. So there's just the quote-unquote end boss coming up here, and then we are done. So Mr. Tech Guy, get ready on the timer. We're almost done here. So because we're playing on the Explorer difficulty, we can do this fight very quick. And what I'm about to do, like this here, this literally only works on Explorer difficulty. If you play this game on easy, this guy would one-shot you when you just try to jump over these crates. Like normally you like bait out his shots, and when he's reloading, and time punch. Yeah, you're trying to bait out his shots, and whenever he's like reloading, you like get closer to him, like step by step, and yeah, then at the end you just punch him in the face. And yeah, before we go, I hope it's okay if we quickly show off this cutscene here. It's like 2 minutes or so, or maybe a little bit less. And it's a very cool cutscene, has some good moments, and yeah. I just got word from Tech that I indeed went overestimate. Feels bad, man. I'm not exactly sure how. I felt like this run was actually pretty good, but maybe I was showing off too much, so that's a little bit of a feels bad, man. Well, at least I want to show off the funniest line. Like it's coming up like just in a second, and we can skip like the rest of the cutscene. So this part here is like the funniest.
Yeah, save the world, triumph over evil. Pretty typical.
Really?
It's a shame we're leaving empty-handed, though.
Oh well, you know, I did manage to save one small thing.
Any moment now?
Here,
Any moment?
thought you might miss this.
Any moment?
Thanks.
Yeah.
And
You two got a funny idea of romantic.
Sully! Wow, you look like hell.
You should see the other guys. Got us a boat.
We already have a boat.
Yeah, big boat.
I like this one better.
best line coming.
Sully, you beautiful son of a bitch!
Whoa, language.
A couple of pirates who were too dead to care.
Okay, yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, right. I remember you can't skip this cutscene, Keck. So I guess for the rest of the cutscene, quick shoutouts here. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this run of mine, Uncharted. If you somehow got interested, you know, check out speedrun.com, Uncharted and stuff. For some reason, there are a lot of runners for this game. Whenever I go to speedrun.com, I see like new runners constantly, so very cool. This is probably the moment where I would like go follow me on Twitch, but I think last time I streamed was like 3 months ago, so do it at your own risk, I guess. And yeah, please continue watching the rest of the marathon. ESA is great. Please keep donating. I love you all very much. Please stay safe, stay hydrated. Don't forget to love each other. And yeah, I guess I am out for good. So thanks, everybody. Nordic, the mic is yours.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Xoneris, for that amazing run. We are going to have a brief intermission. And when we come back, we are going to have Nick RPG Green running Metal Gear Solid. So stick around, enjoy the music, enjoy the ad break. We'll be back before you know it.